Alright, what's up everybody? Back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today we're going to be recapping the two game twos that happened yesterday with the Sixers, Nets, and the Warriors and Kings. Two pretty good games. So we're going to talk about them. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, all stuff like that. Really appreciate it. Really helps out a lot. Yeah, very excited. Keeping these playoffs going. The first round is getting entertaining already. And yeah, we love it. So let's not waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So the first game we had last night, game two of the first round between the Sixers and the Nets in Philly. And to start this game, both teams weren't really making a lot of shots. The first quarter was very tight. Cam Johnson had a really good first quarter. He had a really good first half in general. But yeah, the Sixers weren't really making shots that they were used to seeing them make. It was 25-25 after the end of the first quarter. Then we go to the second quarter, and the Sixers they just couldn't make really any shots. James Harden was missing and turning the ball over. Joel Embiid was getting double teamed every time he touched the ball, forcing everyone else to kind of make plays. And the Nets they were playing really good on defense, forcing the ball out of Joel's hands and making everyone else try to make shots, and they couldn't make shots. Came down the other end, and Cam Johnson was big hitting threes. Yeah, they're just banging three-pointers and, getting out in transition and making easy plays. The Nets led by 5 at halftime after, Cam Johnson had a big poster on Joel near the end of the first half. And, Sixers just looked lost. Sixers just had no intensity or aggression, I feel like, at the first half. The Sixers were just kind of standing there on the wing, just thinking Joel Embiid was just going to save him. But Joel Embiid was getting freaking double-teamed and triple-teamed and hit in the stomach every time he even tried to get the ball. Like down, he was trying to post up, but then Royce O'Neal was just bumping him. And then that's kind of changed up. They went for more of a smaller lineup. Nick Claxton didn't really get as much minutes because they tried to go with the smaller lineup, more spaced out, so that on offense Joel Embiid just can't just sit in the paint, and they have to drive. And when they drive, Joel Embiid's not there. Joel now he has to go out and face up Royce O'Neal or Dorian Finney-Smith in the corner. And that just opens the game up for them offensively. Yeah, the first half, it was a mess for the Sixers. They just couldn't really make any shots. The Nets were trying to take advantage, but they also missed a lot of free throws. We go to the second half, and Tyrese Maxey was huge, and Tobias Harris as well in the third quarter. Tobias Harris was getting a lot of energy on offense, hitting corner threes, getting offensive rebounds, dunks, and all that. And Tyrese Maxey as well. Tyrese Maxey getting out of transition, hitting threes, kind of getting into the rim when Harden didn't really have his shot. Tyrese Maxey was the guy being aggressive and bringing energy and all that. And the Nets just stopped making threes. The Sixers were kind of letting the Nets shoot because the Sixers were kind of running a zone a little bit as well. And the Nets couldn't hit shots outside of Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges. No one else could hit anything. And the Sixers come all the way back, especially in the fourth quarter. Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid got it going in the fourth quarter, kind of put the seal in this game. And they win 96-84, taking a 2-0 series lead over to Brooklyn. The Sixers shoot 45% from the field. The Nets shot just 38% from the field, 31% from three. They missed 6 free throws. The Nets also forced 19 Sixer turnovers. The Sixers had a lot of turnovers in this game. The Sixers on the rebounding and were dominant. They out-rebounded Brooklyn 56-33, had 13 offensive boards. Tyrese Maxey was huge in this game, putting up 33 points, hitting 6 threes, 13 for 23 shooting. He was really, really good. Getting out in transition, getting to the paint, stuff like that. Joel had 20, 19, and 7 with 3 blocks. He also had 8 turnovers. He only took 11 shots in this game, but he was still very dominant. And then Tobias Harris had 20 and 12 as well. For the Sixers, they got good energy from Tyrese and Tobias. Tobias has been playing really well this year for Philly. He's been very underrated. He's kind of turned into a really good complementary piece for them, which I really like. And it's good that Joel Embiid only gets 11 shots and they still can win this game. They have 19 turnovers and still can win. But I got to say, one thing. James Harden. He only had 8 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. He had 5 turnovers. He shot 3 for 13. Didn't get to the free throw line. It's okay for this series because they're playing against a little weaker of a Brooklyn Nets team. But James Harden cannot have another game in the playoffs like this. James Harden, they get away with it now. Because of Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey and because they're playing Brooklyn. But if they're playing against Boston or anything, this would be a loss. James Harden cannot have another game in the playoffs like this. He can't have a game where he's not scoring. He's kind of facilitating, but he's not really looking super great, having a lot of turnovers. He couldn't even dribble the ball at some points, missing all the shots, couldn't even get to the free throw line. Like, he just did not have a good game. He didn't look good at all out there. And the Sixers, fortunately, can get this win because even though he did have a horrible game, but James Harden cannot have another horrible game in the playoffs. The rest of the rest of the playoffs, whatever series, he cannot have a game like this again. I said coming into the playoffs that James Harden was going to be a big X factor, and James Harden needs to play like regular season James Harden in order for the Sixers to be taken seriously as a contender, and for them to beat Boston or do what they want to do. James Harden needs to be what James Harden was in the regular season, a 20 and 10, 11 assist type of guy. He cannot have 8 and 7 with 5 turnovers on 3 for 13 shooting. Like, that can't happen. For Brooklyn, Cam Johnson had a really good game. He had 28 points. He had 5 threes. Mikal Bridges, 21, 5, and 7. It's kind of a little bit tough for him to get it going. He shot 6 for 15. But they just can't get really help from anywhere else. Spencer Dinwiddie has not been able to shoot the ball so far in the first 2 games. Dorian Finney-Smith hasn't really gotten to shoot a lot. Royce O'Neal has been solid everywhere else. But, yeah, his shooting has not been great. Seth Curry and Joe Harris don't really do much anymore. And, yeah, it's just tough for Brooklyn. They don't really have the personnel to match up with Philly. Also for Brooklyn, if there was a game for Brooklyn to win to make the series even a little bit of competitive, it was that game. Having a bad James Harden night, Joel couldn't be a force as he wanted to. They didn't get anything from the bench, but they couldn't win their game, and yeah, that's a big loss for them. Philly's up 2-0 now, and they're going into Brooklyn. Hopefully, not coming back unless it's the next series. So now let's get into the game. Warriors Kings game 2. Andrew Wiggins back in the starting lineup for Golden State. Yeah, very exciting game. Start the game very back and forth, but the Kings in the first quarter went on a big dry spell. Draymond was really good to start this game, scoring the first few baskets for Golden State. Gary Payton bring a lot of energy. Yeah, Warriors are 23-17 at the end of the first quarter. We go to the second quarter, and it's the Kings bench. Alex Lamb getting a couple dunks to start the second quarter, but then Malik Monk starts to turn up. Davion Mitchell is hitting shots. Kevin Huerter is now hitting shots. And, yeah, the Warriors are missing shots. And the Kings come all the way back. They lead 58-52 at halftime. They go to the third. And the Kings are trying to pull away. De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Huerter, Sabonis is hitting shots, but the Warriors keep it in. And Andrew Wiggins was big, hitting threes. The bench, guys like Moses Moody, Kevon Looney, getting offensive rebounds and easy tap-ins. But then near the mid-third quarter, the Warriors just could not stop turning the ball over, man. Warriors could not just stop turning the ball over, and the Kings took advantage. Had a big 14-point lead at one point in the third quarter. They go into the fourth, up 8. We go to the fourth quarter, and the Warriors are trying to keep them in it. Steph's in shots, Gary Payton, bring a lot of energy, Andrew Wiggins as well. And then we have the whole incident near the mid-fourth quarter where Sabonis and Draymond get tangled up, and Sabonis grabbing Draymond's leg, and Draymond steps on Sabonis, and Draymond starts yelling at Kings fans. He gets ejected at a flagrant 2. Sabonis gets a technical foul. And then De'Aaron Fox shows up. And De'Aaron Fox hitting jumpers, trying to put this game away, but the Warriors keep responding. Clay hits a couple 3-pointers. And then, yeah, De'Aaron Fox is hitting shots. Harrison Barnes is making big plays as well. Davion Mitchell hits a big 3-pointer as well. With a minute left to kind of seal the game. And the Kings win 114-106 and go to Golden State up 2-0. Both teams shot well from the field. Kings shot 46%, Warriors shot 48%. Warriors actually hit more threes than the Kings. The Kings missed a lot of free throws, but the turnovers. Warriors had 20 turnovers in this game. The Kings out-assisted the Warriors, which is very rare to do. And yeah, they just got more help. Sabonis bounced back after a bad game 1 with 24-9-4. De'Aaron had 24-5-9. Malik Monk 18 points off the bench. Kevin Huerter at 15. Harrison Barnes 13. Davion Mitchell was big off the bench as well with 14 points and 2 steals. Yeah, the Kings just were forcing turnovers, making the right plays on offense, and got the help when they needed to. Davion Mitchell hit big shots when he needed to. Kevin Huerter got going a little bit. Malik Monk bringing energy off the bench. And this is a big win for Sacramento. I honestly came in thinking Golden State was going to win this game pretty kind of comfortably. But the Kings really impressed me. They didn't, you know, don't back down. They play a very good offensive game. Uh, they force turnovers when they know this Warriors team is very prone to turnovers, so they got in and forced turnovers, brought intensity, and yeah, hit clutch shots when they mattered. And that's big for this Kings team to go up 2-0 now, win both games at home. Yeah, for Golden State, Steph 28, 3 and 6, shot 9 for 21, 3 for 13 from 3. His 2-point shot wasn't really going as well. Andrew Wiggins 22 and 5. He's continuing to play really impressive. Clay had 21 points at 5 threes. Gary Payton brought some nice energy off the bench with 13 points. But yeah, Draymond, just losing his emotions. I understand Sabonis did pull his leg. You see the video. Sabonis was not an innocent in this battle, but Draymond's got to be. He's got to know how valuable he is to his team. He's got to know how valuable he is. On both ends, on offense, of course, making plays for everybody, but also on defense, he's their best defender. Especially with Sabonis having a game like he's having. They needed Draymond to be really locked in on defense, and Draymond's just got to honestly just make better decisions, bro. Like he's got to be smarter. He's got to control his emotions and know, like, hey, I can't get ejected in this game because it's a close game, and they need me. And also, we got to talk about Jordan Poole, because Jordan Poole kind of looks like he can't really play a lot in this series. Last night he shot just 1 for 7, 0 for 3 from 3. He had 4 points, but defensively he can't hold his own. He can't hold his own defensively. You saw game 1, they were trying to put him out there because he was hitting some shots, but he couldn't play that many minutes because defensively there's not really anything he can do. Like the guards in the series, De'Aaron Fox is an All-NBA kind of player. He's gonna get his. Can't leave him, I guess, on a shooter because then Malik Monk's gonna come in and be aggressive. Kevin Huerter could go get his own if he needs to. And yeah, it's just there's no really room for Jordan Poole on the defensive end in this series. So yeah, don't be surprised if Jordan Poole doesn't really get a whole lot of minutes for the rest of this series, because especially now with Andrew Wiggins back, Andrew Wiggins is going to take all those minutes, and Gary Payton even is playing a lot of minutes because defensively he's going to be a big factor. And if Jordan Poole's not hitting a shot, there's no way. Like last night, there's no way he's going to be playing more than 20 minutes, or even last night he only played 16 minutes. It's very tough, but yeah, I mean, you got to do what's best for the team. But yeah, for the Warriors, they're now down 2-0. The first time in this era of the big three of Steph, Clay, and Draymond that they've been down 2-0 in a series, which is crazy. They have to go. They need these 2 wins in Golden State. They need these 2 wins in Golden State, and not just 1 win. And yeah, they need 2, because if they win 1 and the Kings win another one, they now go back to Sacramento with a chance to lose. Warriors need to win 2 games at home in this series for them to have a chance. For one, they got to stop turning the ball over, man. I don't know what's the problem, but they got to stop turning the ball over. And they need to lock in defensively, honestly. That's what they need. They need to lock in defensively, and Draymond's a big factor in that. If Draymond does get ejected, who knows what happens near the end of that game. But they need to lock in defensively, which is something they probably haven't been able to do consistently all year. But if there's ever a time, it's now that they need to lock in defensively. They need Draymond to be Draymond. They need Wiggins to be good. They need Gary Payton's going to get a lot of minutes in this series. DiVincenzo, I'm surprised isn't getting as much minutes, but that's probably because he's not really doing much offensively. Last night, he didn't even take a shot in the game. But they need to really lock in defensively, man, because the Kings are picking them apart. I mean, it's kind of similar to what I said with the Kings. The Warriors don't need a full lockdown fourth quarter or full lockdown full game, force the Kings to score 90 points, but they need clutch defensive stops when they can get them. And that's what I said was a big X factor for the Kings. The Kings don't need a full fourth quarter lockdown masterclass. They just need a clutch shots when they can get them, and the Kings have been getting those clutch shots. Now, again, the Warriors have also been missing a lot of clutch shots. Wiggins missed another one last night. He missed one off the side of the backboard three-pointer. But the Warriors need some stops. Clutch fourth quarter stops. It's tough when De'Aaron Fox is the best clutch player in the league, apparently. But they need to try something. And yeah, like I said, the Warriors really need to win both these games at home, not just one. They need to win both these games at home. Because if they don't, man, I don't know, man. It might be. It's not looking great for Golden State right now. But you know, but they're going home. You know, they're gonna have a few days of rest, and hopefully they can come out and make the series. You know, tie the series up maybe. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy. Once again, if you do have the content, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, also like that. Really appreciate it. Really helps out a lot. I'm gonna be doing these kind of playoff recap videos every day now as each playoff day happens. We're gonna do videos like this now. And yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.